A few days ago, the Oregon Bureau of Labor recommended that owners of a small bakery should pay a same-sex couple $135,000 in damages for refusing to bake them a wedding cake. Last August, a New York couple was fined $13,000 by the state for politely refusing to host a same-sex marriage ceremony on their farm. The couple had offered to hold the reception at the farm, just not the ceremony, due to their deeply held religious convictions. And in New Mexico, a Christian wedding photographer was fined $7,000 for respectfully refusing to photograph a lesbian commitment ceremony. It's stories like these that have compelled us to introduce the Louisiana Marriage and Conscience Act. This new law, if enacted, would protect a Louisiana citizen or business from being punished by the state simply for abiding by their sincerely held religious beliefs about marriage. We agree with the founders of our country that every American should have the right to live and work according to their beliefs without fear of government coercion. The Marriage and Conscience Act is created to provide an important shield for people of faith, and it provides a sword to no one. There's nothing in this legislation that would condone any new right to discriminate, because we in Louisiana believe that all people are entitled to dignity and respect. This new law would accomplish just one important thing. It would prevent the state from denying a person or entity something that they would otherwise be entitled to simply because of their view that marriage is a union between one man and one woman. The state won't be able to revoke or withhold a license, a certification, accreditation, or other state benefit simply because a person stands by their beliefs. This idea that all men should have the freedom of belief and the free exercise of religion has been a central principle of our republic since the time of its founding. The founders understood that this right of conscience and belief is the most basic, inalienable right that we have. My fellow constitutional law attorney, President Barack Obama, echoed this very sentiment back in 2013 when he said, quote, "On an issue as sensitive as marriage, knowing that Americans hold a wide range of views based on deeply held beliefs, maintaining our nation's commitment to religious freedom is also vital," unquote. He is exactly right. And yet the U.S. Solicitor General just admitted in oral argument at the Supreme Court on April 28th that if the court decides same-sex marriage should be the law in every state, then religious institutions could be at risk of losing their tax-exempt status just because of their opposing beliefs. Can you imagine a hefty fine being levied against a lesbian reception hall owner for refusing to host a traditional marriage rally at her venue? Of course not. And although I'm a strong advocate of traditional marriage, I'd be the first to support the rights of those small business owners to resist. We have to be intellectually consistent in our positions, and I'm not sure the opponents of the Marriage and Conscience Act are. We would indeed be at a dangerous point in America if we decided that religious viewpoints can no longer be tolerated. But the polls show we aren't there, because the vast majority of Americans still believe in God and freedom and the ideals that have made us the greatest nation in all the earth. Supporters of HB 707 respect the rights of all people to believe whatever they wish about the definition of marriage, and we ask only that such respect be reciprocated. Regardless of our individual beliefs, every citizen should recognize the right of our neighbors to hold a different view, and all of us should agree that we don't want the government to be allowed to discriminate against us or our neighbor simply because of our viewpoint. No state should ever have the right to penalize a person, a charity, or a family-owned business simply because of what they believe.